Every day you are given a choice as to repeat yesterday or to rise into the person you were meant to become, and these 7 daily habits will make you truly unstoppable. Start by grounding yourself in gratitude, because nothing builds inner strength like recognizing what you already have. Then speak your truth into the world with powerful affirmations that shape your identity instead of your fears. Protect your energy by setting boundaries that honor your worth, because not everyone deserves access to your spirit. Feed your mind with knowledge that stretches your vision and elevates your dreams. Move your body daily to remind yourself that you are alive, capable, and designed for resilience. Do one thing that scares you, because growth never happens inside comfort. And finally, reflect every night, not to judge yourself, but to refine yourself, because unstoppable people don't avoid mistakes. They learn from them and return stronger every time. When these habits become your lifestyle, nothing, not doubt, not failure, not fear, can stand in your way. Gratitude is not just a pleasant feeling, not just a moment of saying thank you, and not simply a polite reaction to good things happening in your life. It is a powerful mental shift, a daily practice, and a silent force that transforms the way you see your world, your challenges, and yourself. When you begin your morning with gratitude, you reorganize your entire emotional landscape, and you train your mind to focus on abundance rather than lack, possibilities rather than problems, and opportunities rather than obstacles. Gratitude becomes a mental filter that catches the good, enhances the simple, and amplifies the meaningful. It teaches you to value what you already have instead of exhausting yourself chasing what you don't. It grounds your spirit, strengthens your resilience, and increases your ability to remain centered, calm, and clear even when life gets loud or overwhelming. Most people wake up and immediately think about everything that is wrong, everything that is missing, or everything that could go wrong that day. But when you start your day with gratitude, you interrupt that pattern, you redirect your attention, and you choose empowerment over anxiety. Gratitude is like opening a window in a dark room. Suddenly the light enters, the air becomes fresh, and you can see clearly again. It clears mental fog, reduces fear, and replaces stress with a deep sense of inner peace. And it doesn't matter how small the thing is that you appreciate. It can be the comfort of your bed, the breath in your lungs, the sun rising again, or even the strength inside you that allowed you to survive yesterday. Gratitude does not require perfection. It requires presence, awareness, and honesty. The more you practice gratitude, the more your brain shifts. Neuroscientists have discovered that gratitude literally rewires your neural pathways, increasing your ability to experience joy, lowering cortisol levels, and boosting your ability to deal with setbacks. Your mind starts scanning for positive moments rather than negative ones, and within time, gratitude becomes your natural instinct instead of an effort. And that is where true power begins. When gratitude becomes instinctive, you stop being shaken by small things, you stop being controlled by fear, and you stop seeing every challenge as a catastrophe. Instead, you begin to see challenges as teachers, obstacles as detours, and difficulties as opportunities to grow stronger. Gratitude changes your emotional posture and makes you more patient, more hopeful, and more courageous. Gratitude also transforms your relationships. When you appreciate people, they feel seen, valued, and respected. Gratitude strengthens bonds, reduces conflict, and brings a softness into your interactions. It makes you more compassionate and more aware of the goodness around you. You attract positivity because gratitude changes the energy you radiate. Instead of walking into the world with heaviness, doubt, or frustration, you walk in with a light that others can feel. You become someone who inspires peace, confidence, and warmth. But the most important part, the part that makes gratitude a habit of unstoppable people, is consistency. Gratitude is not something you practice only when life is easy. It's something you practice especially when life is hard. When everything feels wrong, gratitude reminds you that something is still right. When your plans fall apart, gratitude reminds you that you still have strength, experience, and wisdom. When you lose something, gratitude reminds you of everything you have not lost. Gratitude keeps you grounded, centered, and emotionally strong. It makes you unstoppable because no matter what life takes away, gratitude shows you what still remains. When you live in gratitude, you don't wait for life to be perfect. You choose to appreciate it as it is, and that choice turns ordinary moments into miracles, challenges into lessons, and days into gifts. That is the power of gratitude, and that is why it is the first habit that makes you truly unstoppable. Affirmations are far more than simple statements repeated to yourself in the mirror, far more than positive slogans you say when you feel like it, and far more than temporary reminders to think positive. They are intentional, powerful declarations that program your subconscious mind, rewire your beliefs, and align your thoughts, actions, and energy with the person you are meant to become. When you use affirmations daily, you speak your future into existence, you define your identity before the world does, and you create an unshakable foundation for personal power, confidence, and success. Affirmations are like seeds planted in the fertile soil of your mind. They grow slowly, but with consistent nurturing, they bloom into unstoppable strength, unbreakable resilience, and unwavering belief in yourself. Most people underestimate the power of words, yet words are the tools through which we construct reality. Negative self-talk, doubt, and fear silently shape your identity every single day if left unchecked. Every "I can't," every "I'm not enough," and every "this is too hard" quietly programs your brain to expect failure, limitation, and stagnation. Affirmations, on the other hand, interrupt this harmful cycle and replace it with empowering thoughts, because what you say to yourself repeatedly becomes your internal truth. When you affirm that you are capable, resilient, and worthy, your mind begins to align your thoughts, choices, and actions with that truth even before the external world catches up. You begin to notice opportunities, attract support, and act in ways that reflect the identity you are creating rather than the doubts you are shedding. The real magic of affirmations lies in their ability to target your subconscious mind, the part of your brain that governs habits, emotions, and automatic behaviors. While conscious thinking is deliberate and limited, the subconscious is always listening, absorbing, and responding to patterns of thought. By repeating affirmations daily, you overwrite old limiting beliefs with empowering truths, and you create new neural pathways that support confidence, courage, and resilience. Over time, these pathways become automatic, and you begin to operate from a place of strength, clarity, and unstoppable determination, even in situations that once caused fear or hesitation. Affirmations also cultivate emotional resilience. When challenges arise, instead of succumbing to panic, doubt, or frustration, the consistent practice of positive affirmations allows you to center yourself, refocus on your strengths, and respond with clarity, courage, and grace. They act as anchors, reminding you who you are, what you are capable of, and what you are willing to achieve, regardless of external circumstances. In this way, affirmations are not just statements. They are tools for transformation, mental armor, and keys to unlocking hidden potential. Additionally, affirmations strengthen your ability to visualize and manifest the life you desire. By consistently declaring your intentions, you send a signal to your mind and to the universe that you are ready to receive, act, and achieve. Your thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors behaviors begin to harmonize, and your actions start aligning naturally with your goals. Affirmations help you move from wishing to doing, from doubting to believing, and from waiting to creating. They shift your mindset from reactive to proactive, from fearful to courageous, and from uncertain to unstoppable. The most important element of affirmations is consistency, intention, and emotional connection. Simply repeating words mechanically will not create transformation, but repeating them with belief, visualization, and feeling activates their true power. Each day, affirm your worth, your ability, your courage, and your commitment to growth. Make affirmations a non-negotiable habit and watch as they reshape your identity, transform your mindset, and unlock doors to opportunities, success, and fulfillment that you never imagined possible. Affirmations, when practiced with purpose and consistency, do more than change your thoughts. They change your life. They make you unstoppable because they teach your mind, body, and soul to align with your highest potential, to act from courage, and to believe without hesitation that nothing can hold you back. Boundaries are not walls built to keep people out. They are bridges built to protect your energy, your focus, and your personal power. They are not signs of weakness or selfishness. They are declarations of self-respect, self-awareness, and self-mastery. When you set clear boundaries, you define what is acceptable and what is not. You communicate your worth without apology, and you create an environment in which your mind, body, and spirit can thrive. Boundaries are the invisible shields that prevent negativity, distraction, and toxicity from draining your energy, while simultaneously allowing positivity, growth, and opportunity to flow freely into your life. Without boundaries, even the most ambitious, talented, or motivated individuals can become overwhelmed, burned out, and stalled in their progress. With boundaries, however, you establish the conditions in which unstoppable momentum can flourish, and you safeguard the precious resource that makes all other habits effective, your energy. Most people underestimate the cost of not having boundaries. They say yes when they mean no, they overcommit when they should prioritize, and they allow the opinions, expectations, and drama of others to dictate their emotional state. Every unnecessary obligation, every draining conversation, and every toxic interaction slowly chips away at your confidence and your willpower. Boundaries, when set intentionally, stop this leakage. They create clarity, reduce stress, and make space for the things that truly matter: your goals, your dreams, and your personal growth. Saying no does not make you a bad person. It makes you a wise one. It makes you someone who understands that your time, energy, and focus are finite, and that protecting them is essential to becoming unstoppable. Boundaries also teach others how to treat you. When you consistently communicate what you will and will not tolerate, people begin to respect your limits. They learn that your time is valuable, your peace is non-negotiable, and your priorities are clear. This does not mean you become rigid, cold, or detached. It means you operate from strength, self-respect, and clarity. Boundaries allow you to give fully and generously without depleting yourself, because giving from abundance is powerful, while giving from exhaustion is draining. They allow you to maintain your center even when external circumstances are chaotic, because your inner compass remains protected by the rules you have set. In addition, boundaries foster mental and emotional resilience. When challenges arise, when criticism or negativity comes your way, or when people push your limits, boundaries give you the ability to respond from calm rather than react from fear, anger, or desperation. They provide structure in the chaos, clarity in confusion, and strength in moments when others might crumble. Boundaries also support us in productivity because they prevent distractions from hijacking your day. They allow you to concentrate on what matters most without sacrificing your mental health, goals, or your personal happiness. The key to powerful boundaries is consistency, communication, and self-awareness. Boundaries must be clear, repeated, and maintained without guilt or apology. They are not negotiable in ways that compromise your integrity or your growth. Setting boundaries may initially feel uncomfortable because it challenges old patterns of people pleasing, fear of rejection, and self-doubt. But over time, it becomes second nature. The more you practice boundaries, the more confident you become, the more energy you preserve, and the more unstoppable you feel. Boundaries are not barriers. They are the foundation upon which your unstoppable life is built. When boundaries are practiced consistently, they protect your power, preserve your energy, enhance your focus, and allow every other habit, gratitude, affirmations, movement learning, reflection to work at its full potential. Boundaries make you unstoppable because they remind you every single day that your life, your time, and your energy are yours to honor, protect, and use to create the extraordinary life you deserve. Knowledge is not just information collected, facts memorized, or skills learned. It is the foundation upon which your dreams, your goals, and your unstoppable potential are built. Knowledge is power in its purest form, the fuel that energizes your mind, sharpens your focus, and equips you to navigate the challenges, opportunities, and complexities of life with confidence and clarity. Every day, the deliberate pursuit of knowledge expands your vision, deepens your understanding, and strengthens your ability to make decisions that elevate your life. Learning is not a one-time event or a seasonal pursuit. It is a lifelong habit, a discipline, and a mindset that separates those who remain stagnant from those who achieve extraordinary success. Most people underestimate the power of daily learning. They believe that formal education, degrees, or certificates alone are enough, and they neglect the continuous, intentional practice of feeding their minds with ideas, strategies, and wisdom that push them beyond their current limitations. Yet the reality is that knowledge is the differentiator between ordinary and extraordinary lives. It provides solutions when problems seem unsolvable, ideas when creativity feels blocked, and confidence when doubt threatens to paralyze action. Every book read, every video watched, every conversation engaged in, and every lesson reflected upon adds a new layer of strength, understanding, and insight that compounds over time into unstoppable momentum. The pursuit of knowledge is also intimately tied to self-awareness, because learning is not just about external information. It is about understanding yourself, your patterns, your strengths, and your weaknesses. When you know yourself deeply, you make better choices, set smarter goals, and take actions that are aligned with your purpose. Knowledge allows you to see possibilities where others see obstacles, to anticipate challenges before they arrive, and to respond with clarity rather than confusion. It gives you the tools to navigate life with precision, creativity, and confidence, rather than being tossed around by circumstances or influenced by the limitations of others. Many people avoid reflection because it can feel uncomfortable, revealing, or even confronting. They fear what they might discover about themselves, the mistakes they've made, the opportunities they missed, or the habits that are holding them back. Yet reflection is not about judgment, blame, or self-criticism. It is about awareness, understanding, and growth. It is about asking the right questions, being honest with yourself, and taking responsibility for your choices without letting shame or fear dominate your perspective. Reflection allows you to identify patterns in your behavior, recognize strengths you may have overlooked, and discover the lessons hidden in challenges that initially seemed insurmountable. The true power of reflection lies in its ability to provide clarity. Life moves fast, distractions are constant, and without pause, it is easy to feel lost, reactive, or unfulfilled. Reflection gives you the space to step back, evaluate your progress, and recalibrate your actions toward your goals. It helps you distinguish what is important from what is trivial, what is is productive from what is draining, and what aligns with your purpose from what does not. When you reflect consistently, you develop a clearer sense of direction, you make more informed decisions, and you act with intention rather than impulsively. Reflection sharpens your focus, strengthens your decision making, and ensures that your energy is invested in what truly matters. Reflection also strengthens resilience. Life is unpredictable, challenges arise, and failure is inevitable. Without reflection, failure can be discouraging, disempowering, and paralyzing. With reflection, however, failure becomes feedback, setbacks become lessons, and mistakes become opportunities for growth. Each night, when you review your day with honesty and curiosity, you learn what worked, what didn't, and what you can do differently tomorrow. This process builds confidence, reduces anxiety, and empowers you to move forward with greater wisdom, clarity, and determination. Reflection is the bridge between experience and mastery because it transforms raw events into actionable insight and insight into unstoppable momentum. Moreover, reflection nurtures gratitude, mindfulness, and emotional intelligence. When you reflect on your day, you can recognize the progress you've made, appreciate the victories, both big and small, and understand the people and circumstances that support your growth. It develops self-awareness, empathy, and patience because you begin to see not only your actions, but the impact they have on yourself and others. Reflection turns routine into ritual, moments into meaning, and experiences into lessons that build the foundation for personal power and lifelong achievement. The key to effective reflection is consistency, honesty, and intention. Set aside time each day to review your actions, thoughts, and feelings. Ask yourself questions like, what did I do well today? What can I improve? What lessons can I take from today's challenges? Take notes, visualize improvements, and commit to applying your insights immediately. Reflection makes you unstoppable because it ensures that every day, every choice, and every action is a step toward growth, mastery, and the life you are determined to create. When reflection becomes a habit, experience becomes wisdom, setbacks become strategies, and life becomes a continuous journey of learning, improvement, and unstoppable progress. The path to becoming unstoppable is not paved with luck, talent, or fleeting motivation. It is built daily, brick by brick, through intentional habits that shape your mind, body, and spirit. Gratitude rewires your perspective. Affirmations strengthen your identity. Boundaries protect your power. Knowledge expands your potential. And reflection transforms every experience into wisdom. When these habits become part of your daily routine, you create an unstoppable force within yourself, a force that no doubt fear or obstacle can break. The true power lies not in occasional effort, but in consistent action, mindful growth, and unwavering belief in your worth and capability. Embrace these habits, practice them relentlessly, and watch as your life transforms from ordinary to extraordinary. You are not defined by yesterday, limited by circumstances, or held back by fear. You are unstoppable, and every day is an opportunity to rise higher, act bolder, and live fully aligned with your highest potential.